Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BPW. I'm here with the BPW World Heavyweight Champion, King Booger. As you know, King Booger, there will be four men who will compete to get a chance to come after you for your World Championship. Well, King Booger don't care about those four men because they are obsolete. I'm worried about who I'm going to be facing tonight. I'm going to be facing Bobby Lashley for my world championship. And I don't care whoever wins the tournament to face me to become world champion. I will beat them all because I am King Booger. Welcome to the very first episode of BPW. And our first match is going to be Kofi Kingston versus Swerve. And this match is for the chance to become the world champion. As you can see, Swerve, he got Kofi by the right hand, and then he throw him over his shoulders. It looked like he's doing a body slam. And also Kofi, it looked like he's countering. And then Kofi, he clamps on top of the ring post. And then he jumps from the ring post on Swerve. And then Swerve turn around. And then Kofi, he do Trouble from Paradise. And he goes for the cover. 1, 2, 2 counts. And then Swerve, he throws Kofi to the ring ropes. Then he throws him to the ring ropes again. And then Swerve, he do a kick on Kofi. And Kofi falls to the mat. And then it looks like that Swerve has picked up Kofi and he do a slam to the mat. And Kofi, he lands on the mat and Swerve do a stomp to the midsection of Kofi. And then Swerve, he goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Swerve is the winner. Next match is going to be the world champion King Booger versus Bobby Lashley. Both men is locking up. And Booger T, he grabs Bobby Lashley by the arms. Then he do a kick to the midsection of Bobby Lashley. And then Booger T do a neck hold on Bobby Lashley. And it looked like Booger T, he's putting a lot of pressure on his neck. And Bobby Lashley escapes. He do a counter. He do a right elbow to Booger T. And then Bobby Lashley do a clothesline to Booger T. And then Bobby Lashley, he grabs Booker T by the head and he puts him over his shoulder and slams him to the mat. And then Bobby Lashley goes for the cover. 1, 2, and then Bobby Lashley picks up Booger, and then Booger counter, and he throws him to the ring post. And Bobby Lashley turns around, and Booker T do a drop kick to Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley do a body slam on Booker T. And then it looked like Booker T, he's gonna get ready to turn around. And Bobby Lashley do a spear, but he missed Booker T. Then Booker T, he do a drop kick to Bobby Lashley. Then he do the leg scissors to Bobby Lashley. And he goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. The winner of this match is the world champion, King Booger. Welcome back to BPW. Now we finna get into this mixed tag team match. It's gonna be Kenneth, the Intercontinental Champion, and his daughter Nefertiti versus Amber Moon and Viscera in a tag team match. Kenneth hit Viscera with a right hand and hit him with another right hand punch to the head and another right hand punch to the head. Viscera grabs Kenny from the behind and he throws him to the ring post. And then Viscera, he hits Kenneth from the corner of the ring post. Kenneth, he punched Viscera with a right hand and he punched him with another right hand to the head. And then Kenneth, he finna climb on top of the ring post. From the ring ropes, Kenneth jump and he lands on Viscera. It looked like Kenneth finna go for the cover. And it looked like the referee is trying to go for the pin. 1, 2, 2 counts. It looked like Kenneth, he's tagging in his daughter, Nefertiti. Now it looked like Viscera, he's tagging in his tag team partner, Amber Moon. Now Nefertiti and Amber Moon is now inside of the ring. Now both women are locking up. They both locking up each other. Now Nefertiti grabbed Amber Moon by the left arm. It looked like Nefertiti got Amber Moon in an arm hold. And then Amber Moon hits Nefertiti with the right elbow. She hits her with another right elbow. And another right elbow. Ladies and gentlemen, Amber Moon picks up Nefertiti and she slams her to the mat. It looked like Amber Moon is finna go for the cover. 1, 2, 2 counts. And then from the mat, Nefertiti, she do a DDT on Amber Moon. And then Nefertiti, she do a right kick to the throat of Amber Moon. And then Amber Moon falls to the mat. As you can see, Nefertiti is tagging in her dad, Kenneth, and Amber Moon is tagging in her partner, viscera. Kenneth punching viscera with a right hand, and he punched with another right hand, and he punched with another right hand to the head. It looks like viscera, he got Kenneth by the throat, and then he do a choke slam to Kenneth. And then viscera, he do a right elbow to the midsection of Kenneth. Ladies and gentlemen, it look like the Intercontinental Champion Kenneth. It look like he trying to counter viscera. It look like he trying to get him in his submission move called a pain of solitude. It look like Amber Moon is trying to get involved in a match between Kenneth and viscera. But Nefertiti hit Amber Moon with a right hand and she falls to the floor. It looked like Kenneth's submission move is sinking in on viscera. Will viscera tap out? Will he tap out, ladies and gentlemen? Will he tap out to Kenneth? Ladies and gentlemen, it look like viscera tap out. Look like he's tap out to Kenneth's submission move. The winners of this mixed tag team match is the Intercontinental Champion Kenneth and his daughter Nefertiti. Stay tuned for some more action on BPW. Now we're finna have our next match. It's gonna be Willow Nightingale versus Bianca Belair in a one-on-one match. Ladies and gentlemen, both women are locking up. And Willow do a net breaker on Bianca Belair. And then Willow grabs Bianca Belair by the left arm and throws her to the ring post. And then Willow throws Bianca Belair to the ring post again. And then Bianca Belair, she do a right punch to Willow. Ladies and gentlemen, it look like Bianca Belair, she finna do a power bomb on Willow. And then Bianca Belair drop Willow on her face. Then from behind, Willow should do a backstabber on Bianca Belair. Ladies and gentlemen, it look like Willow has picked up Bianca Belair. Ladies and gentlemen, it look like Bianca Belair has countered Willow. Then it looked like Bianca Blair. She hit her with a left with a headpiece. She hit her with a right with a headpiece. She hit her again. Then it looked like Willow is leaning by the ring post. And then Willow, she turns around. Then Bianca Blair does a spear. She does a spear on Willow. It look like Bianca Blair, she finna do the KOD. And she ladies and gentlemen, it look like she did the KOD to Willow. And it look like Bianca Blair, she finna go for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match is Bianca Blair. She has to feed Willow Nightingale.